Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaykwan and this is the Future Mrs. Husband channel. You already know. So today I am going to do a chit chat video. Obviously when you see this background you know that I'm sitting down and we want to talk about some stuff. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to share with you ways or habits that you can actually incorporate in your life to change your life for the year 2022, right? So, and I'm actually covering this video because last week I was doing a live audit myself. I don't know if you guys are regulars at doing that, but it is definitely necessary for you to do that. Have a little bit of reflection time to yourself and really go through your life, like in every aspect of your life. Compare with the goals that you have set for yourself and really see that or try to determine whether you are on track. You know, the habits that you have, the people you have in your space, the things that you're entertaining in your life, is it actually matching up with where you want to be in the next few months, in the next year, in the next few years, whatever it is, right? So anyway, I was doing a live audit, right? And I came up with some ways, or actually habits, let me call them habits, actually habits that can actually change my life or help me elevate my life just a little bit more to become the woman of my dreams, or to become a much better version of myself. Okay, so I thought it would actually be befitting for me to share this with you. And some of the habits that I'm going to share with you might be a little bit cliche, a little bit too obvious, but I've also realized that sometimes we all need a reminder. Okay, so you know, beginning of the year we're all very ecstatic, we're very excited to achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve for ourselves, ways on how we want to live our lives or lead our lives from the beginning of the year and all of these things, right? But sometimes we tend to drop the ball on ourselves. So this is where this reminder actually comes in, right? Because I know that Jan, Feb, a lot of people are really on track with a lot of things, but then come March, we kind of slow down on ourselves, right? So that is the last thing that we want to do, because we truly want to be much better versions of ourselves. We want to achieve everything that we have set for ourselves. So let's get right into this video, right? So I have made some notes, so if I look down, that's why. I just want to make sure that I cover everything that I actually realized through my reflection time, right? So the first habit on how you can first habit that you can adopt to change your life for this year is to work out. Okay, so this is how this actually relates to me, right? So I have always been an athletic person. I've always been into sports. I've done netball, athletics, I've done rugby, soccer, volleyball, basketball, and all of those things. When I was in school, I was very active, right? And this is something that I carried on into my early adulthood, or whatever you want to call it, but like into my early 20s and stuff. But I did stop playing netball when did I stop playing netball? When did I actually stop with sports completely? Around about probably five years ago, right? And the main reason why I actually stopped then was because I was working 2 jobs. I honestly did not really have time for a lot of things. I mean, I didn't even have time to socialize with my friends, right? So I kind of let go of me working out consistently as I used to. Other than that, I'm not a gym person. I don't really like a lot of people around me, especially when people are sweating and stuff. No. And then I would, you know, from time to time I would do like home workouts or whatever it is, but I was never consistent with it. Okay, and I think I never really saw the point of actually working out because my body was already snatched. Okay, before I had this babies, y'all, my body was snatched. Okay, so I didn't really see the point of me actually working out because I could eat whatever I wanted to eat. I never gained weight. I still had my physique, so I was happy with that, right? And then baby girl had babies. Okay, babies all at the same time. But anyway, so after I had my kids, obviously my body changed a little bit more. I'm much more rounder, I'm much more thicker, and these curves, they don't lie. Okay, so after having my kids, I bounced back very quickly as well, without necessarily being, you know, hardcore in boot camps, gymming, whatever it is. But the mistake that I was making was that I was still having the same very unhealthy eating habits that I had before, and now it was actually affecting my body. At first I could eat, nothing was showing, And now that I've actually had babies, I could eat burgers and takeaways, whatever it is, all week. And by the end of the week, I would actually see that, okay, you have definitely put on a little bit, right? So that is where I actually started working out, like at home and all of that, being a little bit more consistent. But I won't lie, I definitely fell off the wagon, right? So, other than just focusing on your physical health, I know now that working out and moving your body, exercising as much as you can, taking really good care of your body also has other benefits other than just, your body being snatched, right? When you are working out, when your mind is fit and you're being much more healthier, you are actually in a much better position to have a much clearer mind. You will tackle on tasks in your life a little bit better. You will handle stress much more better. Stressful situations that you might actually face at work or whatever it is. You are taking better of your mental health and all of these things, right? And obviously with working out, I'm pretty sure that we know that you actually start to release your happy hormones, and that's exactly what we aim to be, right? Like we want to be happy people, okay? So that is the one habit that you can incorporate into your routine or into your life to actually transform your life and elevate yourself. Work out as much as you can. You don't have to go to the gym if you can't afford it. Look for programs online. I exercise with Mr. and Mrs. Muscle. I follow their programs. There's also Grow with Joe. These people, you can find them on YouTube. There's also the really fine looking man from London, Mr. London. He's also a fitness trainer from the UK, but he has really good programs as well and stuff like that. I actually did a challenge of his, the Fupa challenge, and I actually saw results, but I'm still going to continue with it as from this week. So yeah, do the necessary research, but move your body as much as you can, okay? Now, another habit that you can also take on is do what you said you were going to do. Be a man and a woman of your word, okay? Now, people obviously don't respect people who just talk and talk and talk. I know I don't. People don't necessarily respect people who just talk and they basically have no bite, or people who just talk and say they're going to do things but their actions don't back up whatever it is that they said that they were actually going to do. I can honestly admit right now, because I've never been a woman who doesn't take accountability anyway, but I can honestly admit right now that there have been times in my life where I have said that I was going to do something and I didn't do it, okay? And probably because the other person didn't bring it up, that in situations where I probably commit to someone else that I'm going to do something for them and that I don't do it or I don't pull through whatever it is, then because they don't bring it up, I'm like, I'm just going to let it go. But then deep down I feel so bad about it, right? Or sometimes it's just about me committing to myself, and then I don't necessarily pull through with actually finishing that project or whatever it is that I want to do. And the guilt that actually comes from it is really, really bad, especially for me. So if you are in the same boat as me, where sometimes you tend to kind of, say things that when you say that you're going to do something and then you don't necessarily finish what you're supposed to do or see it through, please, let's just do better. Be a woman and a man of your word, because people respect you more. You understand? So that you need to adopt for this year is to stop caring about what people think or say about you. How many of us have actually put ourselves in boxes because of what, that fear of us being scared of what people are actually going to say about us or what people are going to think? We have put ourselves in boxes or kept ourselves in very toxic situations, be it relationships, jobs that are very toxic, whatever it is, because we are so afraid of, if I take this step of actually walking away, what are people going to say about me, There's this culture that's going on in social media where people are in relationships and people are portraying their relationships on social media and showing off their partners or whatever it is. And then when things go south and people break up, you find people saying things like, yeah, they almost portraying that they had such a perfect relationship and now they've broken up and all of these things. I mean, come on, man. We don't get in relationships or probably take on a job offer with the hopes that it's going to end in tears. Obviously not, But when it does, like, instead of people around us actually being a little bit more sensitive to the subject, because I'm obviously going to be hurting if a situation like that ends, being a little bit more empathetic or whatever it is, people are always very quick to ridicule you. But here's the thing, they don't pay your bills, right? So why is it that you are putting yourself in a box about what people are going to say? Because here's the thing, right? Whether we do good or bad, people are always going to talk. You could have such an extravagant, lavish wedding and everything is planned to the T, and you spend a whole lot of money on that wedding, boo, but people will still find something to say about that wedding that is going to be so horrible, you know? So why is it that we are so fixated on what people are going to say, what people think about us, whatever it is? They don't pay no damn bills in your life, so they have no right to actually judge you. And we have to stop giving people so much power over our lives, you know? So if this is something that you are constantly battling with, or something that you're basically battling with, and you can't seem to let go of, just, you know, what are they going to say, what are they going to do, whatever, work on yourself, boo. Heal as much as you need to heal, take the time that you need to, but live your life on your own terms. Okay, so another habit that we need to adopt for this year, to just make sure that we are going to be fine babes, just much stronger, healed, elevated people this year, child, is basically controlling how you react to people, or how you react to certain things, you know? There's so many times where, like, just reverting back to what I was saying earlier on about, you know, people have opinions about whether you do good or bad, you know? So if you are constantly in a space of just living in fear of what they're going to say, you're actually giving so much power to those people over your life, okay? So get to a point where you make peace with whatever it is. The things that you can control, great. The things that you can't control, let them go, you know. But make sure that you take back whatever power you have given to other people over certain situations, you know, to a point where if someone just says the smallest of things, or does the smallest of things, like it triggers you, and then it just brings out this really bad side of you, or whatever it is, take your power back, okay? And I think the one way that we can actually take our power back from a lot of people is by healing and accepting things for what they are, you know? So take this time to reevaluate your life, the habits that you've been entertaining that you feel could also be holding you back from being a much better version of yourself. Make sure that you reach a point in your life where you have clear goals, you reclaim your life and reclaim power over your life. I mean, it is your life anyway, so who cares what they say? Do you know what I mean? So also another way on how you can really elevate yourself this year, another habit that you can take on for this year, is to invest in yourself, okay? So the one thing that I always aim to do, it's a goal that I have, and I do this majority of the time, but there's that little percentage where I kind of slack on myself, I'll admit it, right? But aim to always be better than you were yesterday. That's it. Okay, aim to be a much better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Okay, so stop going around kind of competing with people, whatever it is, because I mean, ultimately we can't really beat people at their own game. The only thing that we can do is work on ourselves, make sure that we are actually moving forward in our lives and actually being much better people, right? And also remember that knowledge and skills equals power. So you definitely need to make sure that for this year, you are reclaiming that power over your life, okay? So we're almost done. I actually don't have a lot of things on this list. And another thing that I wanted to also encourage you to do, another habit that I want you to actually take on for this year, is to build your future. Stop entertaining things that are not good for you. Stop entertaining things that will ultimately hold you back from being that person that you truly want to be. Stop entertaining things that are things that make you feel bad about yourself at the end of the day. Things like gossiping about other people, you know. I have committed myself. This happened a few years ago, but it's something that I still live by till today, and I'm going to commit to it until forever, or until whenever. But anyway, I'm very big on this. I'm actually committed to being in a room, or being in rooms and at tables of women and men that I can actually learn from. people that can pour into me, good people that can pour good into me, people who can help me be a much better version of myself, people who can help me reach whatever goals that I have set for myself. I want to learn from other people. I want to have uplifting conversations. I just want to be fulfilled, okay? And I know that company, or the company that we keep, definitely plays a vital role in that, okay? So I want to be a much better version of myself. Like, I honestly want to look back and be completely satisfied with the life that I have lived, everything that I have achieved, the person that I've become, and all of these things, right? So sit me at a table where they are just amazing, empowered, and empowering women that I can actually learn from and actually strive to be. So while maybe in the past you were entertaining, like, gossiping about people, or being in toxic spaces, environments, having toxic friends, relationships, whatever it is, really work hard, as much as you can work, to actually get yourself out of that situation. Do you know what I mean? Because ultimately, we just want to be free, we want to be happy, and we honestly just want to live a very, very fulfilled life, right? So take into account everything that I have shared. If you feel that there are other habits that you would want to let go, that have probably been holding you back from actually being the person that you ultimately want to be, feel free to share that in the comment section. But then also, if you have recently done self-reflection on your life, a life audit, whatever you want to call it, and there's some revelations that actually came to the forefront that you would love to share with us, feel free to do so. That Shay, this habit I had to let go of, I have adopted this new mindset for this and this reason, this is the change that it has actually brought into my life. Whatever it is, feel free to just carry the conversation on in the comment section. I would truly love to hear from you. This was a very quick sit down on a Sunday when I don't really have much to do. I have so much work to do once I'm done with this video, but thank you so much for taking the time to actually click on this video, for listening to what I have to say, because apparently y'all actually like my videos. I'm kidding. But please also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to see you in my next video. That is most probably going to be a very juicy story time. But yeah, from Shekwan to it is Uzozo Moya.